Hello. How are y'all? I think I just wanted to jump on to talk before I went to bed. What are we going to do about all this, you guys? How are we going to survive? I think I'm going to stay home. I'm just not going to use any gas. Try to grow my own food or something. Not sure yet. Keep paying my bills, whatever. Current events has me effed up. Hello. Does anybody have any astrology questions? I'm here for astrology questions. Please don't ask me anything about children, because I got eaten alive. I got eaten alive when I clipped that from the last live. I don't do astrology for when you're gonna have kids. I was just trying to tell you something. Can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, we can ask for I can answer. No, someone was like, last time I was live, someone was like, what are indicators in the chart that you won't have kids? And I said a few, and then I like clipped it and posted it as a post. And then people were like, this is wrong and you're horrible. And of course Virgo risings can have kids. And I was like, I never said Virgo risings can have kids. Yeah, so I don't want to do that again. But yeah, what question do you have about your daughter's 12th house moon? Thank you so much. I hope you're well too. What sign is your daughter's 12th house moon in? The moon represents mom in the chart for sure. So if anything, it represents how she sees you. And that's a little bit different than like how you are. Does that make sense? It represents like how she perceives you. So a 12th house moon probably has a lot of karma with her mom. A 12th house moon might feel like her mom, but it depends. Like what sign is it in? Is it in the same sign as the rising sign, or is it in the sign before? Is it conjunct the ascendant? It's in Taurus. That's an exalted moon placement. And is she a Taurus rising or is she a Gemini rising? I use the sun. And if the sun makes a lot of aspects with Saturn, then like Saturn's going to be important. But I don't use Saturn as dad. I've not found that to be accurate. And I was taught that it was the sun to use the sun and not the Saturn. She's a Gemini rising. So I would say that she's really searching for a sense of security with you. Taurus moons really crave they tend to use physical comforts as not a financial, but an emotional security. And so since it's in 12th house, it's hidden from her. She may need to like look at her relationship with you and really get in touch with her own. Yeah. And as she gets older, she'll have to do some personal work around why she feels the way she does about you, or like why is it that she turns to physical things and wants physical comforts when she is feeling emotional. And then depending on the aspects that it makes, it could mean that she's very intuitive. It could mean that she's really needing to do some work to access her own emotions. But yeah. I would say a lot of Virgo placements or strong Mercury in the chart, especially a strong Mercury in Virgo. Gorgeous. She must have been born first thing in the morning. Well, I guess I don't know. Is she a Taurus sun or just a Taurus moon? Sun in Cancer, rising in Capricorn. That's nice. Where's Saturn in that chart? I like Cancer and Leo placements together. I think that can give a sense of kindness and humility to Leo, but it also can be a mean girl. You can be a real mean girl with Cancer and Leo in the same chart. Just depends. Hey ho. Pisces moon in the third house, a daughter. That's a person who's going to really find a lot of emotional security in her local network, feeling like she belongs. And Pisces moons they're very deep emotionally. They may feel like they have to take care of their mom emotionally, or that they need to sacrifice their own feelings for their mom's feelings. Okay. It's a very different Saturn placement to have Saturn in Gemini. But that Saturn in Gemini is your chart ruler if you're a Capricorn rising. So, it's like how talky is that chart? How communication, there's a big emphasis on communication and like, I don't know, like responsibility around how you speak type of thing with that chart. Yeah. Cap, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Pisces, rising. That's a lot of water. Taurus, Sun, Cancer, rising, Aries, Moon. Yeah. I get that. Aries, Moon for a Cancer rising is a big energy for sure. For sure. Pisces, Sun, Cap, rising, Cap, Moon. I like that. I mean, Pisces and Capricorn placements together, I think, are so prone to depression. But I do think it's a very grounding energy, and I think they can get a lot done. Hi, you. You can't sleep. I'm going to go to sleep in a little bit. Cap, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Aquarius, Venus, Libra. That's a lot. I can't. I'm not like. I don't know. I can't just like rattle them off. That's too many. Sag, Sun, Taurus, Moon, Cancer, rising. That Taurus Moon rules your chart. It's a very, I bet you're not a very stereotypical Sagittarius with that chart. Yeah, so if you're looking at very basic compatibility in the chart, so don't write me letters. But if you're looking at very basic compatibility in an astrology chart, you're looking at do you have trines? So like, yeah, if you're a Pisces and the other person is a Cancer, if it's both the sun sign, you're gonna have a level of understanding there. Or if you have a water sun and they have a water moon, or if you have a Venus in a water sign and their Venus is in a water sign, those are gonna trine each other, and that's a nice element for compatibility. I use Neptune, but I don't think it's wrong to use Jupiter. And then, like for chemistry and stuff like that, you want to really look at the Venus and the Mars for compatibility. Sometimes people will just go through if you're just very, very first starting on Synastry, one thing that people will like, a place to start is you put the Synastry chart together, put the charts over the top of each other, and then you go and look at the aspect table, and you might go through the sun, maybe through the Saturn, and just count how many aspects in that little part of the chart there are. And that might just give you an idea of like, do we have something to learn together? Is it going to be interesting? Do I like Cancer Venus placement? Yeah, I'm not, like, for dating or for what? I think it's fine. My main issue with Cancers is the us versus them thing. They're very big on that, and sometimes I struggle with that. That sounds cool. I don't know why they're, I think that's rare to have a star David in the chart. Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Mars all in Taurus, 11th house. Very humanitarian chart, very friend-oriented chart. Yeah, that's not and please understand that that is not the end-all be-all of how to do any astrology. Anything that we talk about in here is very generic. It's very much like, here's a little tip. Here's a place to start. Here's what you can look at. The astrology that I do is very basic. I'm not certified in anything. Okay? Like, I've been studying astrology for like 3-4 years. And the purpose of the page is for me to like share things that I've found out through my own like perusing of astrology. I'm not, people want to say like, oh, well, you haven't studied enough. Maybe, so don't follow me. Don't order a reading from me if you feel like that. How should I go about my 8th house Saturn? Well, Breezy, 8th house Saturn can mean a lot of different things. I feel like a lot of times for women, it's talking about sexual repression. It could be talking about feeling beholden to other people in terms of like money, or in terms of just, I don't know, really, really feeling like your livelihood is wrapped up with somebody else. But it really depends. 8th house Saturn is profound though. So there's a lot of different things it could talk about. Sun's in 6th house, I feel like they're often very busy. Sometimes they're very health oriented. They say that's a placement for someone who might work in healthcare. I have not found that to be true. I like 6th house suns. When will readings open back up? Please, and I'm starting to work through the wait list right now. So if you're wanting to know very first, join the wait list. Nice, you must be a Leo rising, Miss J Berry. Well, Breezy, you're very young. You don't need a boyfriend. You don't need a boyfriend at 18. You're fine. Hi, Rosa. What do I think about a man with a Pisces, Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Mars? I think you should tread lightly. That's a lot of Pisces in that chart. How do you know your chart ruler? You look at the sign on your ascendant, your rising sign. Hola. And then each zodiac sign has a planetary ruler. So whatever the planet is that rules your rising sign is your chart ruler. And that's how you find that out. Libra, Sun, Moon, Mercury, very egalitarian. Might not know what that person actually thinks. Well, if you're married to him, that's fine. If we're talking about like, oh, I might date him, I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, that's hard. That's tough, man. That's tough, man. Anybody else have any questions? Leo Sun, Libra Moon, Leo Rising, man. I don't like that. He looks for a lot of validation from his local community. Like, he's a 304. I don't like that. Especially if that sun's in 12th house, I like that even less. Not into that. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you. Are the houses ruled by planets or anything? So each house is ruled by the zodiac sign that's in that house, or that's on the cusp, the first part of that house. Hi. So they're ruled by the zodiac sign. So yes, and so in that case, each house has a planetary ruler as well, but the rising sign gives you the chart ruler. My husband is a Cancer rising, Leo moon. I love him, but it's not for the faint of heart. Oh, I bet he's sweet though. Cancer rising with a Leo moon he's got a lot of feelings. That I think he could be a sweet guy. You have to really make sure he feels adored, but I bet he's sweet. Are you a man? We were talking about a man to date. Yeah, that's not weird. We were talking about what do we think about a man with a Leo rising and a sun and a Libra moon, and I don't think too much about that. That's what I think about a man with those. Yeah, never girls, always boys. My fiance has Libra rising and I have Taurus rising. I like that. Yeah, Venus. Yep. That's a nice energy too. I like that energy for you guys, Jamie. Do you believe in God? We're not really talking about God right now. Libra sun, Scorpio moon, Aquarius rising. Love that chart. That's a very deep chart. Man with a Pisces rising. Immediately no. No. That's a no. Hi, Mimi. Greetings. What time is it there? Thank you, Miss Laura. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sometimes there's a lot of hate. There's been a lot of hate lately, and it's got me down a little bit, so I appreciate that. Oh, it's okay. It's the internet. You have to. For a man, I like Pisces energy can be really nice on men, but if you're asking me without me looking at the chart and stuff, like it's like I'm not saying it's always bad, but like any kind of Pisces place, I'm like, what is his deal? Oh, thanks, Diane. Sun in Cancer, Leo rising, Taurus moon. I've always felt so weird. I bet you're great, Mimi. Yeah, it's a heavy side eye, yeah. If there's a lot of earth in that chart, maybe. If there's not any earth in that chart, he's cooked. Like, that's a no from me. I like, that's the best one you've told me, Amity. Aquarius sun, Gemini moon, Aries rising. Mary, where is his Mars? And how much fire and air do you have in your chart? It's a Taurus Mars. Okay, I like that already. I like that better. I think that could work, Mary. I mean, he could be demonic. That's a lot of air for him, but if it may work for you with that chart. If you told me you had a bunch of water in your chart, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Or if you have a Scorpio Venus, Scorpio this, absolutely not. Married to a guy with an Aquarius sun and an Aries rising. I couldn't handle that, Natalie. But that doesn't mean he's a bad guy. I'm sure he's very smart. Big 3, Gemini sun, Virgo rising, Cancer moon. I like having, that's so nice that it's so balanced. Yeah, I like that. I bet you attract a lot of air signs in. How fun. Leo sun in 4th, Pisces moon in 11th, and a Taurus rising. I like that. I like Taurus risings. Virgo rising, Virgo moon. Wow, that's such a, it's so much Mercury energy. And yet those two signs are so different, right? You're welcome, Mary. Well, so like, it just depends on what you're looking at. Let's see. The rising sign gives you a lot of information about how you present yourself to the world, how the world sees you, and how you see the world. And understanding the planetary ruler for that rising sign gives you a lot of information about how you physically present to the world, and also how you think, and also it can really, really depend. So one example that I give is I read for a guy he's an Aries rising, but he had a big Libra stellium, and then his chart ruler, if he's an Aries rising, would be Mars, but his Mars was in Libra. So it didn't really counteract a lot of the Libra energy of that chart. His Mars was in Libra. So guess what? He was just like even more a Libra, so Libra for that chart. Or like I read for somebody that was a Sagittarius rising, and I was like, that is so weird that she's a Sagittarius rising, because she's extremely, she's not like a real spontaneous person. She's an extremely thorough person in a lot of different ways, but her chart ruler for Sagittarius is going to be Jupiter, and her Jupiter was in Virgo, right? So that makes a lot more sense, and that's why the chart ruler is so important. Versus, I definitely look at the planets that rule the angles, for sure. Those give you a lot of information about, like, so the planet that the ruler of the 4th house, the planetary ruler for the 4th house, is going to give you a lot of information about what your family life was like. Ruler for the 10th house is going to give you a lot of information about your public image. And the planetary ruler for the 7th house is going to give you a lot of information about how you approach partnerships and what you're looking for in a partner. Dated a Taurus, my Virgo's always rolling my eyes at Gemini. Oh, that's fun though. Dated a Taurus stellium, but his Venus was in Gemini. Yeah. That's a catch and release program right there. Gemini, Sun, Moon. Missed it. Is the chart ruler of Pisces, Neptune, or Jupiter? I've seen that it's both. You can, people use either one. I will use Neptune. I'll use Neptune. I don't really follow a lot of degree theory. No, Sagittarius was her rising sign, but the planetary ruler for Sagittarius is Jupiter. So every single thing in Sagittarius in her chart, which there was only the rising sign, but even if there was more things, they are all ruled by a Jupiter in Virgo. And so that's a very different energy. It's not stronger than it, it is it. It's the same thing. It's not two different things. I'm a rider trying to get more comfortable riding from my 12th house stellium. I'm not sure what you mean by that. 10th house Aries with a Leo Mars. I like that for you. Are you a creative person? I think that you need, if you're on a project or something, you definitely need it to have your brand on it. Gemini Sun, Leo Moon, Scorpio Rising. Again, I use Pluto. You should use whatever you find is effective. Some people don't like to use the outer planets for rulers because they move so slowly and they don't feel like it's effective. Some people will look a little bit at both. Usually right now I'll look a little bit at both, but I haven't like found any reason to switch. A Jupiter in Leo with a Sag rising is going to be much more, is going to have a little bit more Leo, a little more fire, more out front, a little more bright. And that Leo energy may play really nicely with that Sagittarius energy. So that person might be like, theoretically, like, kind of more spontaneous, more center of attention, life of the party, maybe great hair, maybe. Good God, y'all. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. With my Gemini stellium, most of my angles are ruled by my 8th house. Yeah, that'll do it. That's why stelliums are so powerful in charts, is because it's like, oh, and then this comes back to the 8th house. And then this, oh, that goes back to the 8th house. Oh, this, oh, it goes back to Gemini in the 8th house. And it's like, oh, this whole... So then that's how, that's why they say, like, oh, you know, Stelliums, what the heck? Stelliums are such a powerful energy in a chart, because it's like, oh, everything comes back to this. How does having Jupiter and Saturn both in 5th house play out? I'm sorry, Aida. It's just really gonna depend, especially for 5th house. It could be about kids. It could be about creativity. It could be about a lot of things. I have Jupiter and Virgo in my 8th house in Placidus and 7th in whole sign. Not sure what to use. I use Placidus. I've just found that the information is a little bit more accurate for me. I think in order to get accurate information out of whole sign, you really need to understand a lot more like Hellenistic astrology and progressions and stuff like that, and I'm not really to that level. Advice on what? Sorry. I see. So would you say the rising sign is like an undercurrent energy to its planet sign position? That's true for any of the zodiac, like any of the zodiac signs in the chart. Like they're all beholden to their planetary ruler, if that makes sense. So that, yeah. So like say you had a let's talk about your chart. It's Bear. Do you have a sign that you have a lot of planets in? Let's talk about your chart. I would probably say that the planet's sign is more an undercurrent to the rising sign, is probably what I'd say, but... Okay, so let's talk about Cancer. You have a Cancer stellium. Where is the moon? What sign and house is the moon in? Gemini Sun, Virgo Moon. Okay, so so you have a lot of Cancer in that chart. Cancer is usually known for being really emotional and they can be very moody, right? And they can be very us versus them, right? But where you have a Capricorn stellium and then all of your Cancer placements are ruled by a Virgo moon, that's going to be a very much more grounded, meticulous, thorough Cancer energy for that chart. So even though it's water and earth in that chart, and you're a Gemini sun, but that chart is like all earth. And where is Jupiter, since it's your rising sign? Oh, how fun. We're talking about It's Bear. Maybe you guys should be friends. And so where is Jupiter in your chart, It's Bear? That does make sense. Leo, 8th house. Wow. I think that's talking about you getting a lot of your identity from your personal kind of occult beliefs, to be honest. I think that like Leo, Jupiter in 8th house is a very unique perspective on your personal beliefs and your approach to life and your philosophies on life, and it might be a little bit dark because it's in 8th house, and that is the energy that comes through on that Sagittarius rising. That's what I would say about that. And yes, you might have great hair, I don't know. Do you know anything about the moon opposite Neptune? You don't know how you're feeling with that placement. That's like, oh, I don't know how I feel about anything. I'm so confused about how I feel. Neptune just is so confusing. About Venus square Saturn. Venus square Saturn's hard. That's you feeling like it's not okay to love the way that you love. That's you feeling like, oh, it's silly for me to approach love the way that I do. And I need to be very careful with my money. It can be kind of a scarcity mindset for both. Like, oh, like you don't need to ask for so much. You should want less. Don't be greedy. Who are you that you think you deserve all of that? Is probably what I would say about Saturn square Venus. 4th house Virgo Venus square the 12th house Taurus Saturn. That's tough. That's quite the thing. It's very, so yeah, like that's a good example of a chart where you're like, oh, like I don't feel like very I don't feel very Cancer with a chart like that. Moon square Saturn. Oh. Okay, if I talk about my opinions about what I think is autism in the chart, don't write me letters, okay? This is not real. This is what I kind of think based on nothing except for I don't have any neurotypical friends because why would I? They're boring. Okay? Yeah, I said it. I think neurotypical people are boring. Yeah, heavy Mercury in the chart is a big one. I think a lot of mutability in the chart as well is a big one. But that's a big one for any mental illness, in my opinion. If you have a lot of mutable placements in the chart, it can be a lot of autism or ADHD, in my opinion. And also, like, I see it in bipolar disorder a little bit, too. And it depends on which signs are in the mutable signs, right? People will say Aquarius placements. That's a maybe. I don't find Aquarians to be super autistic unless they have Pisces. Unless they have something else there. I don't feel like fixed signs are that autistic. I'm trying to think. Who else I know that's autistic? One guy is a Scorpio. I feel like his autism's kind of fake though. I think he just kind of is burnout. Boyfriend's a Gemini, stellium definitely has ADHD. Or like yeah, heavy Mercury. I feel like those people can be very prone to anxiety. Like, you know, Gemini, stellium plus a Virgo rising, cut the show. That's an anxious person. And the other way around, like Virgo stellium with the Gemini rising, that's anxious too, but in like a totally different way. Very ethereal. Okay. I gotta get to bed, guys. I'm sorry. With the Cap rising. Heavy ADHD to Alexia, mixed-handedness. Like, I definitely have ADHD. I mean, maybe. I do think, I mean, I have Pisces placements, and I think that's why I have ADHD. But I do have to go. I gotta go to bed. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in.